Attention passionate Montreal, Canadiens fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the Atlantic Division and it could shake up the entire conference. We're talking about a direct impact on Montreal Canadiens' path to another Stanley Cup run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Montreal Canadiens fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Montreal, CANADINS FANS. Let's get to the news now, folks. Let's sit back and get into some serious talk about the Montreal Canadiens, because what's happening right now in the NHL has huge implications for our beloved team. The Canadiens, a franchise with such a rich history, a team that's been through ups and downs, but always remains a core part of Canadian hockey culture, is at a crossroads. And I'm telling you, the developments in the league right now could radically change the landscape for Montreal's quest for their next Stanley Cup. First, let's talk about the team's current core. The Canadiens are known for their youth, speed, and a style of play that's fast-paced and exciting. They've got some talented young players who are already making waves in the league, guys like Cole Caulfield, Nick Suzuki, and Juraj Slavkovsky. These guys are the future of the franchise, no doubt. But as much as the future looks bright, the present demands that management make some bold decisions if they want to contend seriously in the upcoming seasons. The NHL, as many fans know, is a league where the balance of power can shift in an instant. Right now, the Atlantic Division is fiercely competitive, with teams like the Boston Bruins, Tampa Bay Lightning, Toronto Maple Leafs, and Florida Panthers all vying for playoff positioning and beyond. Some of these teams are built with a win-now mentality, especially after recent deep playoff runs, or, in some cases, their recent championship successes. The Canadiens, with their young core, are trying to grow steadily, but the league's dynamic nature means they might have to make a splash if they want to stay competitive. What does that mean? Well, reports and rumors suggest that the Montreal Canadiens are exploring options in the trade market, looking to bolster their roster with key veteran pieces, or perhaps a proven scorer who can make an immediate impact. The idea is not just to make the playoffs, but to make a real push, to get past the first round and perhaps, finally, break through to contend for that elusive Stanley Cup. And to do that, the management, led by President and General Manager Kent Hughes, knows they need to be aggressive and strategic. In the NHL today, rebuilding is a common theme, but many teams are also in a win-now mode. The Canadiens, in their current positioning, are in a bit of a crossroads. They have young talent, yes, but they also recognize that to compete with the top-tier teams, they need to add some grit, some experience, and perhaps a bit more scoring punch. The question is, who are they targeting? And what kind of assets are they willing to give up? Now, I want to highlight a couple of names that are making the rounds in the trade rumors. First up, Alex Newhook. This young forward, just 24 years old, has been impressing everyone with his goal-scoring ability and playmaking skills. He's the kind of player who can be a game-changer, especially in tight playoff games where clutch scoring and smart plays are everything. In my opinion, Newhook is a prime trade asset for the Canadiens because he's got that combination of youth, skill, and leadership potential. His versatility allows him to play both center and wing, making him a valuable piece in a potential trade package. What makes Newhook such an attractive piece? Well, he's shown flashes of brilliance already, with the knack for finding the back of the net and creating scoring chances in high-pressure situations. His hockey IQ is high, and he's still developing, which means he could become even more valuable with the right team and coaching. Plus, his leadership qualities in the locker room are often overlooked, but they add to his overall package. The Canadiens could leverage his trade value to bring in a more experienced player, someone who can add grit and toughness, which is highly valued in today's NHL. Talking about grit, that's where a player like Frank Vatrano comes into play. Vatrano is an experienced goal scorer, a guy who's proven he can find the net and bring energy to the team. He's a player who can lead the line alongside Nick Suzuki, providing that secondary scoring that the Canadiens need to diversify their offense. Vatrano's style of play, gritty, aggressive, and relentless, fits perfectly with the team's desire to add a bit more physicality and tenacity. His experience and leadership could be the piece that helps the Canadiens push further into the playoffs. And speaking of adding grit and experience, there's another key piece the Canadiens are rumored to be eyeing: Olen Zellweger. This young defenseman, just 22 years old, has been turning heads in the league with his skating, hockey sense, and ability to move the puck. Zellweger is seen as a future top-four defenseman, and Montreal's coaching staff could really benefit from his skill set. Playing alongside seasoned veterans like Noah Dobson, Lane Hutson, and Mike Matheson, Zellweger would have the perfect environment to develop and become an integral part of the Canadiens' defensive core. His speed and agility would complement the team's existing defensemen well, and his ability to join the rush and contribute offensively would add a new dimension to Montreal's game. The Canadiens are known for their strong defensive core, but adding a player like Zellweger would give them a fresh boost of talent and depth. His presence on the ice could help solidify their top-four defense and bring that much-needed speed and puck-moving ability that's become a hallmark of successful teams. Now, I want to take a moment to emphasize how critical these moves could be for the Canadiens. They are at a pivotal point in their franchise history. Do they continue building through their youth, or do they make a bold push to bring in the veteran pieces that can lead them to a deep playoff run this year? The answer might lie somewhere in the middle, in a carefully crafted trade that balances youth with experience. The management has shown a willingness to be aggressive before, and I believe they're prepared to do so again if the right opportunity presents itself. The NHL is a league where timing is everything. Sometimes, a single trade can change the entire outlook of a team. The Canadiens, with their rich history and passionate fanbase, deserve nothing less than a serious shot at competing for the Stanley Cup. The pieces are starting to align, the rumors are swirling, and the strategy is clear: they want to be serious contenders. The question is, will they pull the trigger on the right deal? And if they do, how will that shape their future? In the grand scheme of things, Montreal fans should be excited, because the team's front office appears to be actively working behind the scenes to make moves that could elevate the team to another level. The upcoming weeks are going to be crucial in determining the Canadiens' direction. Will they hold on to their assets or make bold trades? Will they go for immediate impact or focus on long-term growth? Whatever the outcome, one thing is certain: the Montreal Canadiens are not standing still. They are actively shaping their future, and as fans, we get to witness this exciting chapter unfold in real time. As we look ahead, keep an eye on the trade deadline, rumors, and the team's internal discussions. The Canadiens have a talented core, but they know that if they truly want to contend for the Stanley Cup again, they need to make moves that send a message to the rest of the league. Montreal is back and ready to fight for the championship. That resilience, that hunger, is what makes this team so special, and I have no doubt that they'll do everything they can to give their fans a playoff run to remember. And now, Montreal Canadiens fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on these potential trades? Do you believe the team should go all in for a playoff push, or should they prioritize building for the future? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the team. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, more analysis, and all the latest news from the Montreal Canadiens. Stay tuned, stay passionate, and let's keep supporting our team through thick and thin, because this is what being a Canadiens fan is all about.